part-time jobs, you are about to get the gist, because I'm also going to be talking about the payments. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Leila. In case you're new here, I'm a Nancy in Germany, and I'm also a part-time English teacher in a nursing school. So for today's video, I want to talk to you guys about part-time jobs one could do if you are a nurse who doesn't want to work in a health sector, or if you are a student who is looking for a part-time job here in Germany. So if you are interested in this video, you are about to get the gist, because I'm also going to be talking about the payments. Okay, so recently one person was asking me if it's possible for one to work two part-time jobs, mini jobs. Okay, when I talk about part-time jobs, in this case I mean mini jobs. I don't know what's the right transition for a mini job in English, but I would say passive income or a no, I think it's a part-time job. Comment it down below anyway. So one person was asking me if it's possible for one to do two part-time jobs here in Germany. And I did a research and I found out that it is possible for you to do two part-time jobs, two mini jobs, okay? But now, when you are doing mini jobs, you do not pay taxes, because you are limited to the amount of money that you are supposed to earn. So since 2025, they increased the money for mini jobs, and one earns 556 euros. Okay, previously we have been earning 520 euros, maximum 538 euros. Okay, but now they increased the money to 556 euros. So you are allowed to do two mini jobs as long as you do not exceed this money per month. Okay, so for example, how they explain it is you could have maybe like babysitting job which pays you 200 euros. Okay, and then you might have also another part-time job where you work in a restaurant, maybe serving the foods or washing the dishes, which pays you 330 euros. That kind of job is okay. You can combine the two as long as they do not exceed in the payments. Okay, so now I'm going to be mentioning a few examples of part-time jobs you could do if you do not want to work in the health sector. So you could work, for example, in the production, where you're going to be operating on machines, or you're going to be helping out with sorting things, sorting things. And then you can also work in the warehouse, where you will be doing the packaging, where you will be, warehouse are like lug around, like you're going to be sorting out products, putting them where they belong, Or you could also do a part-time job in the gastronomy. Gastronomy, that means any type of restaurant. You could work there, or you could work in McDonald's. You could also work in a hotel when you are serving maybe breakfast, or helping out with aufräumen, like cleaning up when they have finished eating, or when you're receiving guests, when you're in the reception and you're receiving guests. Okay, that's all gastronomy. The other job that you could do is in the sales. So sales and logistic. So this one is like working in a supermarket. Most times when you are working a mini job, a part-time job in a supermarket, the most times I see them, they're just like aufräumen, like sorting the things. For example, like how you see this, and if there is rice and beans and all those things, they be sorting them out and checking that the things that have Ablaufdatum, seeing that the things that are in the shelves have not expired, and also checking out that the things are not pouring all over the floors, and cleaning up, Or if you are someone good with counting money, you could also work at the casse. At the casse, I mean, like you could sit and be the one to check out the things when people are buying them. Okay, so those are the jobs that you could do. And I went a step further to check out how much money one could earn if one is doing this kind of jobs. So I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to be mentioning the payments that you could get. Now, when it comes to payment, if you ask me, this is a minimum payment for all these jobs. So if you are going to be doing a part-time job in this sector, that means you're going to be having to do a lot of hours so that you come up with a 556 euros, okay? Because the hour payment is not much. However, if you work in a health sector, for example, if you are working, for example, what I'm doing, if I am working in a health sector and I'm working in the Pflege, in the nursing sector, my hour payment is higher. That means I'm just going to have to work 2 days or 3 days maximum. For example, where I work, they give me 22.50 euros per hour. That's good money, and that means by the end of the month, I can come up with 500 and beyond. I mean, I can come up with my 556 euros or 520, minimum 520 euros, you know. So, but if you are working in the logistics, maybe let me say if you are working in gastronomy or you're working in sales and logistics, it could need you to work so many hours, because normally we work 7 hours or 8 hours, and that means one day is 8 hours. So that means you might need to work a bit more, but I need to calculate that anyway. Let's first go and check out. So I made the calculation. I wrote down the payments because I was reading them and researching on them, you know. So if you are working in Lager, okay, Lager is like Lager Mitarbeiter, the warehouses, then you are going to be, yeah, sorry sorry guys. So if you are working in the Lager, that's the warehouse, you're going to be paid 18 euros per hour. And then if you are working in the sales and logistics, you are going to be paid 15 euros per hour. Okay, those are the supermarkets. And that's minimum salary. And then if you are going to be working in the gastronomy, your payment is 14 euros per hour. And if you are working in Pflege, your payment will be 21 euros, which makes a bit more sense, because imagine you're just a student without a nursing certificate, you're helping out in a care home or in a hospital, and they are paying you 21 euros per hour. That's much money compared to the money you would get if you're working in a supermarket where you're getting 15 euros per hour, or you're working in a restaurant where you're getting 14 euros per hour. Now let's calculate a bit, okay? I know you guys are not seeing this, but I'm going to calculate for the gastronomy, for example, yeah? So you're getting 14 euros per hour. So that means if you are working in the gastronomy for 7 hours, because I believe they close lunch hours, they close, and then you go back in the evening. So the working hours are also a bit tricky, because gastronomy restaurants usually do not open the whole day. They start opening maybe during lunch hours, like at 11 or 12. So, and then they close at 15, and then they open up at 17. So the working hours are difficult, but I would say you work 17 hours. So that means each day you're going to have 98 euros. So on those 98 euros, now let's say you have worked in the Pflege, I would be working, in the nursing sector, I would be working 3 days and that's it. And then I get my 556 or my 520 euros. But here, let's say if you're working only 3 days, because you're a student, you can only afford assisting out on the weekends, you have a lot to do. This is the money that you will be earning. So you'll be earning 294 euros. Okay, that's little money. That's little money because you're working 3 days, okay? So that means if you want to earn up to 500 euros, you have to work a bit more. You need to work 5 days in the gastronomy to be able to come up with 500 euros. So let me just calculate it for you guys so you can know. 98 euros, which is the payment per day, times 5 the days. So this is the money you'll be earning, okay, in the gastronomy if you're working in the restaurants, with their 14 euros per hour payment. So if you are choosing to do a part-time job, it also will make sense if you find out how much money you want to earn, okay? Because if you're just going to be choosing a part-time job just because it's a sitting job, it might need you to go often, like to be working more than 3 days. So I'm not saying there are no other part-time jobs that will give you a better payment. Because, for example, I know that in Reve, if you're working in Reve is like a supermarket here. For them, they pay better than the workers who are working in Aldi. That's what people say, okay? So, but I'm not sure about it. But, you know, So if you are looking for a job, make sure that you inform yourself which, if you're going to be working in the production, you'd be like, okay, which company could pay me a bit more money if I'm working on operating on machines. For example, there is a company here doing chocolates and people work there. And I'm like, you could ask yourself how, or you could go and apply there and see how much they pay you. And then you can compare it and see how many days you need to work in order to come up with a 556 euros. Okay. So also, I would like to say, if a job gives you, for example, if my job gave me 22 euros 50, okay, per hour, and I work 12-hour shifts, so in a month I'm working 24 hours, okay, because I work 2 days. So we're going to say time was 24. Those are the total hours I work for, okay. So that means my money that will be paid is 540 euros, okay? 540 euros. So I also do not come up to the 556. So that means that a bargaining lucre, that's a possibility for me to go back and bargain. I could go back and I tell her, you know what, the salary for many jobs has been increased. So you can also increase my salary to 23 euros per hour so that I can come up to the 556 euros. Okay, that's also possible. So if you are doing a mini job, it's also possible for you to bargain, as long as you do not bargain to exceed the money that you are allowed to earn. I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to explain here. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to explain. So all in all, I would like to say, if you are here in Germany and you've been wondering, okay, someone is trying to give me a babysitting job, but also I have a job working in the supermarket. Now, which job should I take? You are allowed to do both, as long as you do not exceed the maximum payment for mini jobs. Okay, so for example, your babysitting job could give you per day 60 euros, and then you make sure in the second mini job you do not you include that, you add on the 60 euros, so that you'll be like, okay, so I'm allowed to earn 400 euros in the other job. Okay, so you do not exceed, otherwise you will have to pay taxes for it. Okay, so if you are a student here in Germany, or if you are someone living here in Germany, comment down below which part-time jobs you are doing, or if you are someone who is having any questions about nursing here in Germany, or if you have any other questions, just comment them down below and let's exchange ideas, because I always like interacting with you guys, and I hope that this video helped you guys. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to post it, because today is a Tuesday. What's the day today? Yeah, today's Tuesday, and I'm going to be going for a lesson. I'm going to be teaching, my first time teaching students, English for nurses. So I'm a little bit hyper, like I'm a little bit anxious, because I don't know what to expect. Students behave differently than grown-ups. Recently I've been teaching English to grown-ups, like nurses, people who are already nurses with experience, and it has been such a walkover. We have been having fun, and now I'm going to be teaching students, and I don't know what to expect, so I'm just curious. So I would say we see us in the next video. Do not forget to check out my old videos, the previous videos that I have made, and until next time, bye.